Paige. I'm 29 years old and working full-time. Still single, but hey, I'm at that age where I can't help daydreaming about marriage. Not that I found the right guy yet, but hey, one step at a time, right? Anyway, one day, some exciting news arrived at our house. My cousin Alex is getting married! Alex was such a gentle kid growing up. I honestly thought he might never get married, but look at him, tying the knot before you know it. What a happy surprise. That's what Penny said. Alex is 28, just a year younger than me, and she's right. He was always a bit dreamy, or should I say mellow? As a kid, he used to get picked on by the local troublemakers all the time. Back then, we lived in the same neighborhood, and whenever I heard that Alex got bullied, I'd march right over and get back at those brats for him. But his dad, my uncle, was always getting transferred for work, so when Alex graduated elementary school, the whole family moved far away and we gradually lost touch. So Paige, our whole family's invited to the wedding. Of course I'm available! Good. Phoenix and the others said they'll make time for it too, so make sure you keep your schedule clear, okay? Yes. By the way, what kind of person is Alex's fiancé? Well, as someone who still dreams of her own fairy tale wedding, I obviously perked up at that topic. Apparently she's older than Alex. 35, I heard. 7 years older? That caught me off guard, but honestly, it's not that unusual these days. As the saying goes, an older wife is worth her weight in gold. Sounds like her name is Catherine, and she was pretty eager to get married soon, so she kinda pushed Alex into it. Oh, really? But maybe that's exactly what Alex needed. Someone a little more decisive to balance out his laid-back nature. So where's the wedding gonna be? Oh, I hope it's somewhere with good food. Yeah, I care more about the menu than the romance sometimes. What can I say? I think Catherine wants to have the ceremony at Hill Hotel. Hill Hotel? No way, that place is amazing! Hill Hotel is famous around here. A gorgeous castle-like hotel perched on top of a mountain. The food, the atmosphere, it is all top-notch. People say getting married there makes you feel just like a princess from a fairy tale. I've always wanted to go to Hill Hotel! Oh my god, I can't wait! I said, practically bouncing with excitement. But Penny just chuckled. Well, don't get your hopes up too much. It might not happen. Huh? Why not? It's way up in the mountains and super hard to get to. That's why everyone who attends a wedding there has to stay overnight at the hotel. Because of that, they only allow one wedding per day. And ever since it was featured on TV, their bookings have been through the roof. Given how soon Alex and Catherine want to get married, it's probably not going to work out, you know? Aw, man, that's too bad. Well, I suppose they'll end up going with another venue somewhere around here. Sure enough, in a few days later, I heard they couldn't book Hill Hotel after all. In the end, they reserved a local wedding hall instead. That should have been the end of it, Penny said. But for once her voice sounded oddly hesitant, which immediately caught my attention. What do you mean? Did something happen? I got a call from your aunt yesterday. She needed to vent a little. Apparently, Catherine didn't take it well when she had to give up her dream of a Hill Hotel wedding. In fact, it seems she went a little overboard trying to make up for it by going completely wild with the rest of the wedding plans. So what exactly did Catherine say at the venue? Well, apparently it went something like this. I must bring my own custom-made couture wedding dress. There's no way I'm wearing one of those cheap rental dresses from this tacky venue. And the flowers go big or go home. I want rose petals everywhere, covering the entire floor. The venue is plain, so we'll have to go all out with the flowers or it'll look pathetic. Oh, and for the champagne, bring 50 bottles of Dom Perignon. At Hill Hotel, Dom Perignon is standard for celebrations, you know. Even the wedding staff and my aunt who was sitting in on the meeting were totally stunned by her demands. Wow, seriously? But what about Catherine's mom? Isn't she trying to talk her down at all? That's the thing. Her mom was at the meeting too. And then came the kicker. You have to let my sweet babe girl have everything just the way she wants it. A wedding is when a woman shines the brightest. She's the star of the day, so she needs to say exactly what she wants and make it the most fabulous wedding ever. You think so too, Mom? I knew you'd understand. I am the star after all. Hey, What if we launched fireworks at the venue? Real fireworks. Nobody's ever gonna see them up close like that. It'll be unforgettable. How about one of those huge ones like the 5-foot kind? Boom! So yeah, instead of calming her daughter down, Catherine's mom ended up out crazying her. A full-on chaos duo. Oh yeah, that sounds amazing. Everyone would be so blown away. Well, yeah, blown away might be right. If you set off a massive firework inside a wedding venue, you're not getting applause. You're getting front page news the next morning for all the wrong reasons. In the end, the venue staff had to step in and shut down the whole firework idea. Apparently, they firmly rejected the 5-foot shell, but Catherine and her mom wouldn't stop grumbling about it afterwards. Yikes, that sounds intense. Still, wow, Alex really picked quite the woman, huh? Now I'm looking forward to this wedding. It's gonna be something else. I mean, let's be real. No matter how out of control the bride gets, it's not my problem. I'm just a guest. If her chaos ends up upgrading the food, that's a win for me. At least that's how I carefreely saw it at the time. Well, yeah, but I just hope nothing really bad happens. I, on the other hand, didn't give it another thought. The wedding day, time flew by, and before we knew it, the big day had arrived. Dressed in our finest, my family and I were all set to head to the venue, ready for the long-awaited wedding. But when we arrived, something felt off.
Hey, what's going on here? What do you mean there's no wedding?
A crowd had gathered at the front desk, and people were starting to get loud. Oh geez, what's all the commotion? Something must have happened. Curious, I walked closer to the front. That's when I heard a female staff member trying to calm the crowd. Like I said, as we've been trying to explain, the wedding for Mr. Alex and Miss Catherine was cancelled 10 days ago. There's no ceremony scheduled for today. What? I gasped. You've got to be kidding me. All this chaos was about Alex's wedding? Hey guys, something big just happened. They're saying Alex's wedding was cancelled 10 days ago. Wait, what? My family froze, stunned. How can that be? No one told us anything about a cancellation. Wait, does that mean the wedding's off? Like, totally off? But it didn't take us long for us to realize the situation was something else entirely. Because just then, Alex himself showed up at the venue with his family in tow.
Oh, hey Paige, long time no see. Thanks everyone for coming today.
Long time no see. Alex, this isn't the time for that. What's going on? They're saying the wedding's been cancelled.
Wait, what?
At his raised voice, everyone at the front desk turns towards him, clearly just as shocked.
I didn't know anything about that. I came here today to get married. What do they mean by cancelled? Don't tell me. Did Catherine cancel the whole wedding because she changed her mind about marrying me?
It was obvious from the look on his face. Alex had no idea what was going on. One of the groom and bride didn't even know the wedding had been called off. Just then, a ringtone came from Alex's bag.
Hello? Catherine?
To our surprise, the caller was none other than the bride herself, Catherine. I quickly reached for Alex's phone and hit the speaker button.
I just got to the venue, and they're saying that our wedding was cancelled. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, didn't I tell you? My bad.
What are you talking about?
Well, about 10 days ago, I heard that there was a cancellation at the Hill Hotel. They said if I booked right away, we could hold the wedding there. So I went ahead and made the reservation.
What?
Yep, you heard right. Catherine found out she could have her dream wedding at the famous Hill Hotel, and without even consulting the groom, she changed the venue. Our family and friends are already at the Hill Hotel. You guys better up and get over here too, okay?
Get over there? Now?
It's a one wedding per day kind of place, remember? So even if you're a little late, I'm sure they'll wait. Anyway, I've got to get ready, so I'll leave the rest to you. With that, Catherine hung up. No matter how many times Alex tried to call back, she didn't pick up.
What do we do?
What do we do? There's no way we can make it to the Hill Hotel now, I said, and everyone around us nodded in agreement. But Alex was firmly against that idea.
I can't just let it go. This is my wedding day. Please, everyone, come with me to the Hill Hotel.
Are you serious? We all looked at each other unsure of what to do. It was an awkward, uncomfortable moment. But after some discussion with Alex and the other guests, we eventually decided we'd all head to the Hill Hotel together. Alex was practically in tears, begging us, and we couldn't just flat out say no. So, nearly 1,000 guests were forced to pack up and relocate from the original wedding venue all the way to Hill Hotel. Oh, this is brutal! But we had seriously underestimated just how bad the Hill Hotel locations was. There weren't nearly enough vehicles to transport all 1,000 guests. We somehow managed to squeeze the elderly and children into taxis, but the rest of us, we had no choice but to walk all the way to the hotel. My feet are killing me. Most of us were dressed in fancy formal wear, flowy dresses, traditional kimonos, you name it. Obviously, none of it was meant for long-distance hiking, especially not up a mountain. The hems of our dresses were soaked with mud, and the kimonos were torn to shreds by overgrown bushes and branches. My heels were throbbing with every step.
Ah! There's a snake!
Where is this Hill Hotel? I'm dying here.
Hey, are you sure this is the right way?
We're lost. We're seriously lost. We're gonna die out here. Screams echoed through the forested mountainside. What are we gonna do? This isn't a joke anymore. If things keep going like this, we might actually end up missing forever. Hey, Alex, what now? If this keeps up, we're all gonna end up 6 feet under.
Don't say that! I don't know what to do either! Someone! Anyone! Help!
3 hours later, after 3 whole hours, we finally arrived at the Hill Hotel, completely exhausted and falling apart. You're so late! Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting? I've been here forever! Catherine, now fully glammed up in a sparkling white wedding dress and layers of flawless makeup, marched right up to Alex and snapped at him, completely ignoring our wrecked appearances. Honestly, making the Brad wait? That's totally unacceptable! You're a failure as a groom. I'll never forgive you! As Alex stammered, trying to apologize through his panic, I stepped in before he could say a word. Excuse me, Catherine, before you get angry, don't you think there's something you should say to all of us first? Excuse me? And who even are you? I'm one of Alex's relatives, actually. Oh, really? Well, can you not? I'm talking to Alex right now. I mean, seriously, how could you keep your Brad waiting this long? And whose fault do you think that is? You changed the venue without telling anyone, not even the groom. Then on the day of the wedding, you just call out of nowhere and demand everyone come to a completely different location? My words hit like a spark, and just like that, the rest of the guests, tired and fed up, began voicing their own complaints, and Catherine too.
That's right, yeah! We almost got lost in the mountains because of you!
Hiking in formal wear for a wedding? Are you kidding me? This was a nightmare. There's no way I'm giving you a wedding gift after this. Wait, hold on, what? Catherine was completely thrown off as the guests suddenly swarmed in on her, venting their frustrations. Honestly, did she really think no one would be angry after all this? But you all came, right? Didn't you? You wanted to attend the wedding at Hill Hotel, right? Silly girl. We didn't come here because we were excited for your fancy hotel wedding. We came here to give you a piece of our minds. Also, we couldn't just leave the elderly and kids behind in the taxis, could we? Honestly, the biggest reason? We couldn't turn back. If we'd tried, we would have been the ones getting lost out there. Penny, her face twisted in fury like a demon out of a nightmare, stormed up to Catherine. I don't blame her. I mean, we did ruin all our best clothes climbing a mountain for this circus.
We're leaving. That's it. Someone call a taxi.
Wait, you're leaving? What do you mean? The ceremony's about to start.
You think we can sit through a wedding like this? Absolutely not.
Just then, from behind me, my grandpa quietly stepped forward and stood right in front of Catherine.
Good grief. You've all been through quite an ordeal. Luckily, I was able to take a taxi, but the rest of you look like you've been to war. I've already arranged for taxis to take everyone back. Just wait a little longer. Grandpa!
The moment Alex saw him, he rushed over and clung to him.
Grandpa! Grandpa! I don't know what to do anymore. Can you fix this, please?
But Grandpa shot Alex a cold, piercing glare.
Honestly, how pathetic. And you still think you're ready for marriage? Ready to be a man? This whole disaster was mostly Catherine's doing, but you bear responsibility too for not stopping her runaway behavior when you had the chance. As the head of our family, I have a duty to make sure all the relatives and guests who came here today get home safely. Now tell me, Alex, What duty do you intend to fulfill? Huh? Don't tell me you still plan to go through with marrying the woman who dragged all these people into this mess. That woman hasn't even apologized to anyone here. Who's supposed to pay for the taxis and all the travel expenses we've racked up today? The person you say you want to spend your life with has caused nothing but trouble for everyone here and hasn't once showed a shred of remorse. And you just stood by and let it happen. Tell me, how are we supposed to celebrate the two of you? How can anyone bless this union when all it's built on is selfishness and disregard for others? You think it's okay to step on people, make them suffer, and still go chasing your own happiness? You think that's what happiness is? You better think long and hard about this. Look around you. Everyone here was forced to climb a mountain in their formal wear. They're furious, and rightly so, and I'm no exception. If you truly love Catherine and still want to marry her, then you'd best start by cutting ties with this family right here and now.
Faced with his grandfather's words, Alex fell silent, clearly thinking it over. But Grandpa wasn't done yet.
Plus, don't stray from the right path. There's only one course of action a decent man can take. Yeah, you're right. First, call off this sham of a marriage with that selfish girl. Then, make sure compensation is paid for the physical and emotional suffering she caused all these people. Though, of course, the only one actually responsible for paying that is Catherine.
Wait, what?
As for you, Alex, you'll handle the official termination of the engagement. And as our family's representative, you'll also start the legal process to demand compensation. Don't forget the travel expenses either. I'll refer you to a very competent lawyer.
Wait, a lawyer?
Of course. And we're not just talking about the transportation costs so far. I mean the taxis that are still on their way, too. I have no obligation to cover any of that. So what'll it be, Alex? Are you going to throw away your dignity, side with Catherine, and walk down the wrong path? Or will you act like a responsible adult, do what's right, and find someone who actually deserves to stand by your side?
Without a moment's hesitation, Alex shouted.
I understand. I'm calling off the wedding!
But of course there were two people who couldn't stay silent after that. Catherine and her mother. Calling off the wedding? What are you talking about? Then who's gonna pay for the Hill Hotel?
Not me. I never agreed to book this place. I never even knew about it. You made that decision on your own.
That's awful. How could you? This was our wedding. Excuse me, but if there's no wedding, then there's no ceremony either, right? You've got to be kidding me. I can't pay for this all by myself. That's right. How dare you try to dump the entire bill on my sweet baby girl? That's unbelievably irresponsible. Catherine's mother also tried to corner Alex, demanding answers. But before he could even respond, the other guests erupted.
You two have no right to talk like that. This whole mess is your fault. If you hadn't pulled such a selfish stunt, none of this would have happened.
We'll be filing our own claims for damages, too. For ruined dresses, medical expenses from injuries we got hiking up the stupid mountain, everything! But it's not my fault! It's the Hills Hotel fault for not letting us book in the first place! They should be paying for this! Unsurprisingly, the wedding between Alex and Catherine was officially called off. Thanks to the top-notch lawyer Grandpa brought in, the total compensation payout for the 100 guests turned out to be an eye-watering amount. As for the Hill Hotel wedding costs, since Alex never agreed to the booking in the first place, Catherine's side was held fully responsible for the entire bill. That alone reportedly left them buried in debt. But the consequences didn't stop there. Catherine ended up getting fired from her job. Apparently, only a small circle of close family and friends had been informed about the last-minute venue change. Among the 100 guests who were forced to hike through the mountain, several of Catherine's relatives, her boss, and even the CEO of her company. After that disaster, she was completely shunned at work and within the family. Now, according to rumors, Catherine and her mother are working multiple part-time jobs, day and night, just to pay off the massive debt they racked up. As for Alex, after getting a serious talk to from Grandpa, the head of the family, he decided to hold off on marriage for a while. Well, hopefully one day he'll meet someone new and settle down with someone who's actually a good match for him. Though before that happens, I guess I should probably find someone myself first, huh? Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!